Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a two-page layout using a Park Lane collection, an older collection, and unfortunately I don't know what it is because it's kind of all fallen apart from the paper pad. So so what I'm doing here, had a sketch kind of in mind before I started, and I knew I wanted two triangles on either end of the two-page layout. And so ahead of time I kind of measured out on the back side of the paper. So I cut it in half because I knew I wanted, the point to be halfway on the page. And then I decided I wanted it 4 inches wide. And so I just made a mark 4 inches in and then just cut them. But because I did it freehand, I decided to scuff up the edges because I am honestly not a very good freehand cutter. So I am going to put these on, like I said, on either end of the two-page layout, and then kind of gonna go from there. Like I said, I kind of had a sketch in mind ahead of time. I kind of got an idea from a layout I saw, I think on Instagram. They use circle instead of a triangle though, and so I kind of switched it up just a little bit and turned it into a two-page layout. So these I'm just using scraps right here. I cut them, I trimmed a little bit off so that they would be even, and I don't remember off bat, maybe it's 2 inches. I'm not 100% sure. But then I had this scrap piece as well, which I think actually is from a different Park Lane collection, but the color just worked really well with the yellow in the triangles on the outsides. And this was already kind of ripped, the one side of it, and so I just cut it what I thought was down the middle. The piece on the left hand side is a little bit bigger than the right, but then I decided to kind of rip the other edge too, which I kind of like because it is a like a wood grain tree trunk sort of a paper, and so I like how it is distressed, I guess. So in the Park Lane paper pad, it had cardstock at the back as well. This is a little bit more green than the paper on the far right of this page, but it's not up against each other and it just works. So this is actually from a different collection I had, and it was a whole piece of paper, but I decided to fussy cut it, and I just really liked the way that it looked. Kind of gave me a title, gave me a little bit more embellishing, I guess, because I really didn't have much for the layout. I do have a sticker sheet that was with the paper pad as well, and some more outdoor ephemera here that you can see. I don't know that I end up using those or not. I'm not sure. So I wasn't sure. When I'm not sure, I guess, what else to do or where to embellish next, I kind of skip ahead and back my photos. I know kind of, that's a easy piece of the scrapbook layout puzzle, I guess. And so I kind of just, if I'm stuck, I go to what's easy for me, and backing is that. So I double back it just the same as the picture on page 1. And then I'm kind of going to overlap those on page 2. Again, I really kind of had the base of the sketch already drawn out for me. It was just really the embellishing that I'm not gonna lie, I almost struggled on. And I like the concept of this layout, but it's honestly not one of my favorites. And I actually asked my husband as well, and he said it's good, but it's not one of your best. So, I mean, they can't all be your favorite. They can't all be the best. So, that's what this one is. So I'm kind of looking for a title. I knew I wanted it kind of coming down on the left-hand side, kind of down the triangle in that white space. I think this sticker sheet is from the Vicky Boot and Fernwood collection. I just didn't find one that I really loved. And so I ended up going back to my thicker stash and found a different one. I think it's from the Chasing Adventure collection from Jen Hadfield, and it just said explore, and so I decided that would work out perfect for this. We are on our property out in the woods, and just, yeah, thought it was a perfect title for this. Even though there is like that little one on the bottom, Time for an Adventure, I just felt it really needed something at the top there. So I have this outdoorsy brad sheet as well, and the colors of that flower one worked out really nice. So that filled in some space by the title. This is the part that I don't know. Maybe you guys will let me know if you like this or not, because part of me just wants to take it off, and I think I could do it pretty easily. So what I do is, this is also a piece of scrap paper, and the colors worked well again. So I just cut it kind of into like a tag banner, and I'm going to use this zip strip of kind of the mustard yellow with the arrows as well, and I kind of made that into an arrow. And so I'm going to have that go kind of across the 2 pages to kind of connect the 2 pages, and then have that arrow go through the middle of that as well. So I don't know if that kind of bigger tag banner thing is too big. I could trim that down as well, or just remove it. I'm not 100% sure. So let me know what you think, if I should keep it, if I should trim it down, or maybe just get rid of it altogether. I will not be offended, because I'm not in love with that piece there, I guess. So I went back to the brads, and the colors really worked well. I had to get a little creative. My punch doesn't go in that far where I wanted this, and so I ended up just using my scissors, my Tim Holtz scissors, which are pretty sharp, and punched a hole in it that way to use that compass brad. And then I had to figure out kind of what to add to it, so I added that little flashlight and a heart to kind of round out the group of 3. The top right of the second layout, there's just a bunch of white space. So what I ended up doing is using a bunch of these leaf stickers off the sticker sheet, and really layering, and more layering behind there. I wish there wasn't white around the actual leaves, which I guess the background's white, so maybe it doesn't show up as much. There's just something I don't love about that cluster. I just kind of keep adding to see if that maybe helps. Kind of add up and out. It's okay. Again, this isn't my favorite layout, but I like the concept of it, so I definitely wanted to show you guys. So then again, I go back to the sticker sheet. It had a little butterfly that the color matched really nice, and so I ended up using that. And then I think the only thing left is a cluster on the bottom left. So there is this little deer, and unfortunately, as I ripped him off the sticker sheet, his little ear fell off, and so I had to try to put it on the paper so you couldn't really tell, I guess. And so I'm going to use that little deer peeking out as kind of a base for a cluster, add another little brad there, and then I think just another heart to just kind of bring that in all together, because I added a couple of hearts on the second page there. And then really I think that is going to finish it out. I do end up adding just one heart to that Time for an Adventure on the bottom. Just felt like it needed a little bit something more. I felt like it kind of blended in a little bit. So once I add that red heart, that is going to finish off this 2-page layout. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I did want to let you know I did just start a Facebook group so that we could kind of interact more. I would love to see your guys' creation, so I will have a link for that Facebook group down below for you, and I hope you'd enjoy it, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.